Hello and welcome to the Saturday edition of The Box Seat. I'm Mark Ward. 8 races headlined by the Farnley Stakes on Saturday. We're expecting a sunny day in Perth, around 21 degrees Celsius. The track to be a good 4 and the rail to be in the 3 metre position. Race number 1 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 1:14. It's the TABtouch Better Your Bet plate over 1,000 metres for the 3-year-olds. One of those horses is Metro Boy. Let's have a look at him winning last time out.
Run on the inside for Schimmel. Princess Shari is next, followed then by Stares and Whispers, who's really being called upon as Metro Boy lays down the gauntlet to Ship Creek. And at the 200 metre mark, and Pike goes now on Metro Boy. Metro Boy put paid to Ship Creek, followed by Princess Shari, but he's really running through the line here, Metro Boy. And the Fave's in no danger, extending that lead and bolts in. Metro Boy by nearly...
That was a very impressive midweek win by Metro Boy. Gapped his rivals by more than 6 lengths and he was on speed all of the way. I think he was value for even more than that. He experienced some traffic problems second start, but in a Saturday race behind Flirtine. He was beaten 2 3/4 lengths, but it would have given that a big shake if he'd seen daylight in the straight. I'm not too concerned. He's coming out of a midweek race into a Saturday race. I think sometimes there's not a great deal to choose between those levels for the early 3-year-olds, and I think he's the one to beat here, number 3 Metro Boy. From number 2, Agent Pepper, she'll certainly make her luck on the speed. She led a very fast tempo first up, and it did tell in the final stages for her. She resumed without a trial. I think she'll be better for that run, and she goes in for second. Number 4, Pablo's Poem, has done really well in its 2 starts behind Market Ruler and Fire and Rain. I think his best run was over the 1,200 metres last start. I do think he might be better suited to a little bit further than 1,000. And then number 1, Magic Planet, first up. It's got some decent form from its 2-year-old campaign, but it comes out of a Larkhill trial where the form is not working out particularly well at all. Willing to let him go around on Saturday. My top selection in race number 1, I'm going to go with number 3, Metro Boy, to beat 2, Agent Pippa, 4, Pablo's Poem, and 1, Magic Planet. Race number 2 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 1:54. It's the Rentokil Initial Maiden over 1,400 metres. The replay horse is Seconda Vita, last start.
Deal at the top of the straight, wanted to roll in. 2 lengths, Heidi White's Deception Game, not doing a great deal back there in the field. Followed further back then at the head of the others by Dream Alliance. 200 left to go. Patterson shakes up the leader, Free Mover. He looks as though he's got them done to it in a Free Mover at the 100. He's well cleared out of Wakan Tanker from well back in the field then Seconda Vita, but Free Mover has run right away from them. Free Mover...
Seconda Vita has gate 1 for what will be her 7th crack at breaking her maiden. I think she's probably got the best exposed form in the book because of her second in the replay race behind Free Mover. Has been running quite well in these races, has finished second twice to Strip the Moon and in that replay race, so she goes on top here. From number 3, Ukbar Ted, I think he is the main danger. Doesn't have to worry about the likes of a Petrosity or Kelly Secret in this race. Also gets blink and he's drawn quite nicely in barrier number 5. Prince O'Lara ended up overstaying trips last preparation, has won its trial over 1,000 metres, 950 metres rather, at Larkhill, and drops in distance from last preparation. I think could improve with the blinkers off. And then number 9, Friar's Moon, beat Allbar Honglong in a maiden at Northam earlier this month. Also going to mention here number 6, Piece de Resistance. It is a half relation to the Great Delicacy. It went through the sales for $45,000 and it debuts here with William Pike in the saddle. My top selection in race number 2, I'm going to go with number 7, Seconda Vita, to beat 3, Ukbar Ted, 2, Prince O'Lara, and 9, Friar's Moon. Race number 3 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 2:34. It's the Crown Towers handicap over 1,400 metres. The replay horse is the last start winner, Nelson's Flight.
And last of all, Settlers Creek. In the straight, they run at the 350. Red Paddy is the leader. Nelson's Flight behind him. Couldn't get through. Greco, Reykjavik chime in quickly. Get over it, coming around their heels. Reykjavik surges to the lead, though. At the 200, Reykjavik a length and a half. Get over it. Down the outside is Settlers Creek with a late burst. Reykjavik's the leader. Nelson's Flight gets room now. He's driving. Reykjavik's in front. Nelson's Flight coming quickly. Nelson.
That was a really strong first up performance by Nelson's Flight. The horse just kept responding to the urgings of Glenn Smith in the saddle. Smith keeps the ride on Saturday. They stay at 55.5 kilos, and no, he's got gate 8 of 9 here, which is a little bit sticky. I am sticking with him. I think he should strip fitter. I'm expecting some improvement second up. Goes on top from the horse that is a dead set winner, and that's number 2. Great again, has now won 4 in a row. Has been rising through the grades graduation races into a 66 plus, now into a 72 plus. This is his toughest test yet, but you don't want to bet against this horse. Number 3, Get Over It, gets the blinkers back on. He was behind Nelson's Flight last start, but wasn't suited by racing without the shades, expecting an improved effort from him. And then number 5, Settlers Creek, comes out of that Nelson's Flight race, was a good finisher in that event. The visors go on, the blinkers come off. This horse will win a race this preparation. I'm just not sure which one it will be, but he has to be in the mix here. My top selection in race number 3, going with number 9, Nelson's Flight, to beat 2 Great Again, 3 Get Over It, and 5 Settlers Creek. Race number 4 at Belmont on Saturday. We'll jump at 3:14. It's the feature, it's the listed race, the Farnley Stakes, a handicap over 1,400 metres. The replay horse is the top one, Man Booker, finishing second in the Idyllic Prince Stakes.
Inside third, Rebel King. War God outside, Red Publisher. Prophet Street searching for a run back inside of them, and Pike releases the brakes on Man Booker, who's starting to surge. Further back behind them, the Celt. It's Rebel King getting up inside the stablemate by decree. Man Booker, he's still coming. Rebel King, those the leader. It's Rebel King as Pike draws the whip. Man Booker trying to gut him down. Rebel King in front. Man Booker diving. Rebel King.
Man Booker has won 4 black type races in his career, and in view of what is a pretty weak lineup for the Farnley Stakes, I think he will add to his group and listed tally under William Pike. There's no real speed in this race. That may well be the biggest threat to this horse, but looking at it, he is the logical winner here. The only danger I can see is number 7, Yeah Dardy. He's got 54 kilos here for Sean O'Donnell, who gets on really well with this horse. He's ridden it the last 3 starts. It won the New Season Sprint before finishing second in the Belmont Newmarket, but he's up to 1,400 metres here, having won over 1,000 metres 2 starts ago. Then there's a bit of a gap. Number 6, I've got the Celt in for third. He probably wants 1,200 metres rather than 1,400 metres. He's running okay, and Randy Tang jumps back in the saddle, and he's yet to miss a placing aboard this horse. And then number 2, Dream Lifter. He's not the force of old. He's having a new spell with Jimmy Taylor, having previously been with Paul Hunter. But this really isn't a strong event, and he goes in the minors. My top selection in the feature race is number 1, Man Booker, to beat 7 Yeah Dardy, 6 the Celt, and 2 Dream Lifter.